Sadie was born premature. She was born at 27 weeks, 4 days, and stayed in the hospital in the NICU in Fort Worth. She was there for 127 days. On day 10, she was being checked out by her nurse and realized that her oxygen level went down and they had to intubate her. And she stayed on that for a couple days and then gave her some medicine, thought everything was okay. Turns out she had a staph infection that went and settled into her vertebrae, which we didn't realize until later in the stay in the NICU.
She would have been about a month old when we found out that she had the infection, and then went through normal antibiotic treatment, and after a week we all thought it was gone.
But the infection wasn't gone. In fact, a mass was found in Sadie's C2 and C3 vertebrae. The mass had eaten away the majority of the vertebrae. The Hanners knew that Sadie might need surgeries to correct the issue, but they had no idea that a miracle would happen.
The specialist that fitted her for her neck brace, and so they said she's going to wear a neck brace for a while. We went for the x-ray, we went up to his practice, and when we walked in the room, he said, "Take Sadie's neck brace off." And I remember we looked and was like, "Doc, that's not a good idea." And he said, "Trust me." And we took it off, and I'll never forget, he looked at us, he said, "I think God healed Sadie." He said, because not only did the bones grow back, they fused their self together. He said the surgery we would have had to done, her body did it herself. And it was a powerful testimony for Sadie.
And then we went to dinner and came back, and we had her neck brace, all the extra cushions that go around the insert, and we put a candle in it and sang happy birthday and burned them because we didn't want them anymore. So she was a little delayed, obviously, with sitting up and walking and things like that. I think she ended up walking around 19 months old. So her first steps were really late in the game. And so she was always trying to catch up to what other kids were doing her age. And we had noticed on a couple occasions that when she would, step off of a curb, or she always reached for your hand. She always needed support and doing things like that. And we talked with her pediatrician, and he told us, "Why don't we go see what they can do at the rehab?" And we were like, "Yes, please."
Sadie came at first for her evaluation when she was 3 to work on her walking pattern. It was very wide and hadn't quite matured, and she'd been walking for a little bit. And so we first started working on really refining her walking pattern and strengthening her muscles with that, her tummy muscles and her leg muscles. Macy and Chase wanted to add some activities for her to get some support for outside of therapy activities, and so we looked at the things that would be safe for her with her history of her neck instability, and so we really looked at things that would be good for her, and we decided dance would be a great thing to really work on that strength and balance and everything. And so we kind of figured out what were the safe options for her to be involved in.
Sadie and Ashley had, I would honestly say, like an instant bond. She was so patient with her. She got down on her level, encouraging, but also pushed her to do the uncomfortable things. And me as a mom, again, the bond I had with Ashley was just, you could just see the amount of love she had for my daughter, and it was just amazing.
As she graduated from PT, we still get together, and I still get to see how she's doing with her basketball and with dance and things like that. And she has been a really important part in my life, just teaching me those lessons as a therapist. And so it was really special to have her as a flower girl in my wedding.
If I could say to Ashley how much we appreciate her and her patience and her love for Sadie, her genuine heart, her emails or text messages just to check in, or, "Hey, can I come see Sadie play?" in her basketball game or her volleyball game, whatever it is. I don't think she realizes that she was just doing therapy. I wish she would know how important she is to us.
It's pretty special when, like, Ashley would come to some of Sadie's volleyball games or basketball games, and we'd be there, have grandparents there, and the star of the show was Ashley. That Sadie, you could see, she'd look up in the crowd and she'd see us, or she'd see grandparents, and then she would see Ashley, and you would just see her just beam with joy. And after the game, as everybody's hugging her, Ashley was the one that she was like, wow, my hero's here. And it's hard to describe what she means to us, because she means the world to us and our daughter.